Whether you're a business using HighLevel in a sub-account or you're an agency managing multiple sub-accounts for your clients, domains are going to play a large role in how you connect HighLevel to your websites, how you create websites, and how most of HighLevel actually functions. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the domains feature and how it works across various aspects of HighLevel, how you can buy domains, and all of the things related to domains in HighLevel. Now, to get started with domains, you can go into the settings of your sub account and go to domains and URL redirects. They recently redid the domains feature. Much of it's very new, and there's also a new ability to purchase domains, which is why I'm making this video, to show you how it works now and how you can manage all of the individual websites that you've attached to your account. You can see in my account, I have one domain connected. It's my workflows domain. I can click manage under that domain, and you can see where throughout HighLevel I'm using my domain at. So you can see my domain, workflows.marketing, is connected to a website. And I also have the www version redirected. You can see here with this redirect flag, redirected essentially to workflows.marketing. So my workflows domain is used in one place. You'll also notice that this is an external domain. So if I go back here to domains, I can purchase a domain inside of HighLevel. I can click this button, and I can purchase just about most of the TLDs. Those are like the .com, .net, .ai, .io, that type of stuff. And the pricing's pretty good. It's actually just a little bit higher than what I would say Cloudflare prices are. Cloudflare is like wholesale pricing. I know they start around $10 or $11 or something like that. I actually have all of my domains in Cloudflare, which has a fantastic connection with HighLevel. But you can now purchase your domains and, if you want to, transfer them to and out of HighLevel. I don't know the infrastructure that HighLevel is using behind the scenes. I suspect it's probably Cloudflare, and I don't suspect they're making a lot of money on this. In reality, why are they doing this? Well, switching costs, right? If you register a lot of domains in the platform, it becomes harder to leave. Those are called switching costs. And just makes the product work better when all of the things that you need can be all in one place versus I have a lot of clients who have like GoDaddy domains, and it's a total pain to have to manually do all your records. If you have a domain inside of HighLevel, it's like click a button and it just instantaneously works. Kind of similar to how the Cloudflare integration works. You push a button, pushes all your records to Cloudflare, takes a few minutes, and then it all works just fine. But you can purchase a domain, like if I wanted to buy one. Let's say I wanted to get Doug'sYouTubeIsGreat.com. I'll do a search. You can see that it is available for $12.05 per year. This does include markup at the agency level. So if you are an agency owner, right inside of the rebilling section, you can actually set what markup you want there to be on domains. So if you wanted to add a 20% markup, which I think mine has like a 10% markup maybe, something like that, you could just add it on there and your clients will be paying that market price. So let's say I wanted to get this .com, I would click buy. I could choose the number of years that I want it to be for, and then I would click I agree, hit pay, and it'll instantly be added into my account and be usable throughout the product. Now you can also connect external domains, kind of like what I said before with GoDaddy, Cloudflare, wherever you might have domains. You can click this connect a domain button, and you can choose where you want to connect that domain. Do you want to use it for a funnel, website, store, blog, or webinar? Click here. If you want to use it for email, to like connect a dedicated sending domain, I have a whole video on that here on my channel. You can check that out. If you want to connect a WordPress site, client portal, a branded domain, you can do all of that stuff directly from here, but you can also do all of this while you're utilizing these features. For example, setting up an authenticated sending domain, like I show in my other tutorial, you can do all of that in a separate section of the platform. Now, I've shown this throughout other videos, but I'll go ahead and show you how this would work in an example of setting up, let's say, a particular funnel. So inside of my sub account, I'm going to go to Sites, I'm going to go to Funnels, and I'm going to add a new funnel. I'll just start from scratch, I'll give it a name. And now that my funnel's created, I can go under Settings, and you can see the option right here for selecting a domain that I want to use with my funnel. I can click this drop down and select the domain that I want to use, but doing so would have this funnel be a workflows.marketing / and then if I went with this, it would say testing domains. Now, if you want to use a subdomain, however, which is what I typically like to do with my funnels, I like to make them subdomains of my primary domain. That way my website can utilize the full domain and its paths. What I'll do is I'll connect my domain a second time as a subdomain. Let me show you how that works. So let's go ahead and click this gear in the top right. That just takes us right back to domains. So I have my workflows.marketing site, but I want to connect a domain, and I'm going to connect it to funnels and websites. So I'll hit connect here. I'll put the domain in. We'll just do funnel.workflows.marketing, and I'll click continue. Now you can see I have the option to add my records manually, which is just a simple CNAME, or I can click continue. If this domain were inside of my HighLevel account, this would already be all done. It's super, super easy. However, I'm using Cloudflare. So you can see literally as I was talking, it popped up and said, hey, your domain's on Cloudflare. Do you want to just authorize your domain and click this button and we'll set it all up for you? And I could say, sure. I'll click authorize domain. Pops up here and says, we're going to add this CNAME record, the same one I would have added if I were doing this manually. I'll authorize that. And in about 15 to 30 seconds or so, that record will be added, and that subdomain will be usable anywhere on the platform that I would want to use it as a subdomain for a site, website, or blog. It allows me to select it here if I want to. So for example, I could select that funnel I was just working on, but I don't really love to work in this environment. I like to go back to the sites section, go back to funnels, and from here now I can just select the subdomain. I want this to be on my funnel subdomain. And then I can be funnel.workflows.marketing / the name of my funnel. Subdomains like this are commonly used if you want to do like secure dot or my dot or leads dot or pages dot or whatever you might be doing if you were building funnels all on a single subdomain. Now coming back to the domain section, I do want to point out that since I added funnel dot, you can see my workflows.marketing site has subdomains. I have funnel dot and I have my www dot. That's also just a CNAME. You'll occasionally notice that you have this little orange exclamation that says action is required for this domain. You can click manage and you're going to see what it's telling you. And well, it's telling me that I don't have that subdomain connected to anything because I never hit save on that funnel. So this is just kind of sitting connected to my domain, but not connected to any of the products inside of HighLevel. So if I did want to quickly fix that, I could click the connect button. Brings me back to this interface that I personally don't love working in. I could say, oh yes, this domain was supposed to be used for my testing domains funnel, and then I can click proceed to finish, and it will set it up internally inside of HighLevel to work. Now, if you were paying close attention, you may remember that just website was showing, and now we have a funnel section. So as you add different subdomains to your same domain, the product that those are associated with, funnels, websites, emails, webinars, etc., will be added here so that you can very quickly see, yes, my funnel.workflows, that's being used in one funnel. Let me go ahead and edit that, take care of it, go look at it, etc. Now, the last thing I'll show you with domains are URL redirects. Up at the top here, URL redirects. I believe the interface for this is fairly new, but it works great. It's right inside the domain section. You can see I have my www CNAME for workflows.marketing redirecting just to the standard path. So it just works right with workflows.marketing, so I don't have to have two versions floating around out there and causing problems. You can click add a redirect. Choose the domain that you want to add a redirect for. Let's say you were using or creating affiliate links and you wanted to do workflows.marketing / HighLevel. You could redirect that to your affiliate link right here. Or let's say you changed the URL of a page inside of one of your funnels or inside of your website. You could create a simple redirect right here. Works just like any other redirect tool you might have used for WordPress or any other platform. I sometimes wish that all of my domains were inside of HighLevel because it's just so easy to say, oh yes, that domain's right there, boom, done, versus having to worry about records, particularly with clients. So what I do with my clients, if I'm the one that buys their domain for them, which happens all the time, I'll just do it inside of HighLevel to make my life super simple, and I'm paying barely anything over market rates since I'm the agency owner. I don't charge myself a markup. I just register the domain and it's there and ready to use. I'm going to include some additional tutorials down below in the description, but if you're interested in learning about how to use a dedicated sending domain for HighLevel, I recommend you check out this video. Otherwise, this playlist right here has a lot of really great tutorials that'll help you get caught up with all of the HighLevel basics.